Is that better?
Much better. Yeah, that's better now.
Okay.
Yeah, lovely. Sorry about that, mate.
Okay,
But it's better, guys, yeah? So anyway, what we were just talking about is, just to give you a quick little bit of education before we get into the fun stuff, is that everything gets made twice. First, the thought inside the mind, and it gets created outside here is reality, yeah? And if you look around your room you're in now, and if you can accept what comes from nature and the earth in its original form, yeah? See if you can find me anything in your front room now or your kitchen that never started as a thought. And, you know, it won't take you long to realise that you can't find nothing. If you look inside and outside of every building in the UK, in America, however you want to go, except what comes from nature and the earth in its original form, you're going to see that everything, you know, started in a human's mind, you know. So thoughts literally become things. So the conversation, I was so excited to get Wayne on this, because all entrepreneurs, you just have Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, they call them visionaries. Yeah, they call them that for a reason. It isn't because they're fucking good self-talkers, it's because they're visionaries. So Wayne's told me some fantastic stories. I'm going to have to lift your phone up again. I think it's doing it again. Wayne's got some fantastic stories, and to see how he brought Ocean Beach to life, how he brought Lineker bars to life, and yeah, I was looking forward to starting off with the beginning, Wayne. You know, like the market days when you was, you know, when you started in the working class streets with your dad and that.
Yeah, well, I actually left school when I was 14 years old. I never took any exams at all. I wasn't the best. I wasn't the best at school, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I left to join the markets when I was 14, just before my 15th birthday. I never took any exams. I went to work on there with my dad full time. By the time I was 16, I had 20 people working for me as my own business, because I went.
16. Wow.
I was 16, yeah. When I was 18, I had over 40 people working for me on the markets, and it was quite a big business then. You know, I did my trade from 12 years old till I was 16 with my dad. He taught me everything I knew. You know, that's where I got my education on the markets. You know, you become very streetwise. You know exactly what's going on, and you know what the public want. That's one thing I've learned of the markets, is how to acknowledge what people want out of life, or want out of anything, even a piece of fruit. You know?
As you said, it's a people's business, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, but you've got to be able to deal with people and speak to them in the right way, in the correct way, and that's what the markets did for me. So yeah, and then as the years passed, the market started dipping. Everyone used to go to the town centre for their fruit and veg back in the day, before most of you were born probably, but but that's what happened. And there was no big supermarkets, there was no Tesco's, there was no Sainsbury's, there was no Waitrose, nothing. It was just corner shops and markets. So as the big stores started opening up, the markets dipped a lot. And back in 1986, I was like, I need to get out of this. And it was, you know, the income was getting lower and lower, and the vibe was not great. And at that time, my sons, Dwayne and Sean's grandparents lived in Tenerife, and I decided that that's something I wanted to do. I wanted to go and move abroad. I didn't know what I could do. And at the time, my brother was super famous. He was the captain of England. He was scoring goals left, right, and centre. And we shared the same second name. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll open a bar and I'll call it Lineker's. And that's what I did. Opened in 1988.
Can you tell us about when that first happened? I mean, you told me the story. You said you was on the dad's stall that morning. Can you tell them the story?
Yeah. So my first real vision in life, strong business vision, was I had several on the markets, but I mean my strongest one ever was I remember one morning, it was 2 months before I left. There was a lot of pressure on me. I'd sold everything. I sold my business, sold my house. I think I had about 40 grand that I took with me, which was quite a lot back then. But anyway, a couple of weeks before I left, and the big day was arriving, I was on my last few days on the market, and I went to get the breakfast, and I went to get myself a sausage and tomato cob. I remember exactly what it was, with brown sauce. And on the way there, I could take you to the exact tile it happened in the market. I could take you to the square inch it happened. I just got stopped in my tracks by whatever it was. This image came in my head, and I saw 3 round windows in a bar, big round windows. I'm like, that's so weird. And it took me inside, I saw black walls, painted black walls with pictures of footballers on. I saw French windows with small Georgian windows. I saw little round tables in the bar. I saw the back of the bar. I saw the bottle standing on there, and it just came in a flash, and it was like the maddest thing ever. And from that moment, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was going to open a bar. I was going to call it Lineker's. I was going to paint it black.
How did it feel at that moment? People talk about when the image hit you. What was the emotion you sort of went through your body? Was it like a certainty, or
it was just
a rush? Or?
Yeah, I was just stopped in my tracks. You know, it's just something flashed into my head, and it stayed there. It didn't leave. It stayed there for like 4 or 5 seconds, and I was looking around my own vision, man. It was fucking the weirdest thing ever. And anyway, I went and got my sausage sandwich and fucking ate it, and that was it. And, I just didn't think any more of it. And I went to Tenerife, and I was there 2 to 3 months, nothing. Couldn't find a bar, couldn't find anything. I was like, you know, really down. I got no money left. I was ready to go back on the markets, to be honest. And but I didn't want to. I wanted to save face. So I had a word with myself and said, come on, you can do this. We'll find something. Anyway, the next day the phone rang. It was an estate agent. He said, Wade, are you still looking for premises? I said, well, yeah. He said, I think I've got the right one for you. I said, okay. I said, where is it? He went, it's in Starco. Starco was a place in Tenerife where it was pretty vibrant. It was very busy. It wasn't the main part, which was Veronica's, but it was still a busy place. So I said, okay, cool, I'll meet you down there. So it was about 3 in the afternoon. I was desperate to see something I wanted to see. And I got out the car, shook his hand. I went, where is it? He went, there it is. And I went, oh my God, 3 round windows. 1, 2, 3. Exactly as I saw in my vision. I was like, whoa. I said, I want it. He said, you've not seen it? I said, I want it, whatever it is, I want it. And I walked in there, and it was the exact shape I saw in my vision. It had the Georgian windows I saw in my vision as you walk into the bar itself. And yeah, it was the maddest thing I've ever experienced in my life. And
I remember you said the bar was there, but it weren't in the same place what you see. So you moved the bar or something.
No, that bar wasn't really big enough for what I wanted, but I was so desperate, and because of the vision I saw, I thought, I'll take it, I'll take it, fuck it. And I opened, and we just got rammed out every single night, and it was just too much. It was so busy. So then,
how did you feel when you see it? Was it like, was it just a certainty feeling, or was it like was that it? Was it like, oh, this is it, it's done, I'm here?
Yeah, as soon as I seen it, I didn't even ask the price. I just said, I want this bar because of what I seen. Nothing like that would ever happen in my life again. So I opened that premises, and it went really, really well. Everything that I saw in that vision, we created. Yeah, and then it just wasn't big enough. So we needed to move to a bigger premises. We found a bigger premises in the busier place in town.
But before you go, there's another one, right? So just to say to everyone, yeah, it's like everything gets made twice, yeah? Everything gets created inside and then gets made outside. That's exactly what happened to you, yeah?
Yeah.
But the bit I love was when you said, you was building it up, and I remember you was working on your own, you was working out flat out. Like, people don't see that in the early stages you was working so hard yourself. They only see Wayne now, or, living the lifestyle, but they never see what you actually.
Yeah, I mean, when I was on the markets, I was working 16 hours a day, every single day, 6 days a week. I had no social life, so I wasn't afraid of work. And then I went to Tenerife, and when I opened my bar, I did everything myself, everything. The DJ, stock, counting the money, spending the money. Not that there was a lot back then, but, everything.
What was the rules? You told me a rule about, this is like 4 years ago, the conversation. I remember it yesterday. You said, if you sit on, what is it? If you sit Don't sit on the chair. You're not sitting on the chairs. If you're not dancing on the chairs, you're not. It's something like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So basically, during them times, people were like the door policies were getting aggressive, and no one is allowed to do this, no one's allowed to do that, you know. And I'm like, I don't get it, you know. I don't get it. You invite all these people in your premises to get them pissed, and then you have an aggressive doorman to take them out as soon as they fall on the floor, you know. So you take all the money and then you just throw them out like they're scum, you know. So I thought, you know, I want to turn that around. So
back then it was a bit bully, wasn't it? Doorman's work.
Yeah, it was a bit bullyish back then. And, you know, it still is now to a certain extent, but it's a lot better than what it was. So I decided to get a really great team, a door policy team, a door team, and with nice policies, you know. I said, you know, if people want to dance on the tables and the chairs, let them dance on the fucking tables and chairs. You know, they're getting on the bar tap, they're going, you know, people just weren't used to that then. And it was amazing, you know, the atmosphere in there. And to this, when we opened the new place, it was the busiest bar in the fucking world, but per square meter. I don't care what you say. 7 nights a week, 365 days a year. It was just rammed. People queuing down the streets again. It was absolutely crazy. This was for many years up till the year 2000 when Tenerife started to dip.
I love the way your mind works. Yeah, that all these like things we're putting together, like you visualise that and see the bar. But one of them, what got me, is where the way you can you improvise, the way you can adapt to things like that can't be done. You always seem to find a way. So I remember, like you said, I think England was on or something, and out there back then, no one could get the radio. There was no football. Can you tell that story? Because that's an absolute genius and a belt at the same time.
Yeah. Obviously, it was a sports-related bar, fun pub / sports bar, whatever you want to call it. But you know, people had a great time in there. But predominantly, Lineker's is famous for watching the football. But back then, there was no Sky TV. There was no satellite system. There was no nothing. You know, all there was radio, basically. So, and you couldn't even get that. You couldn't get a live commentary of England game. So I decided to come up with a plan. So we had this little payphone in the bar, cost me about 3,000 pesetas, I think, which is about 30 quid, to call England for about an hour. So what I did was I rigged it up to the speakers in the bar, phoned my mate up in England to put the speaker of the phone on his speaker on his TV. Then it channeled that through the telephone into my bar because it was channeled into the speakers, and everyone was listening to live England games in the bar. And it was the first time it had ever happened. No one had ever done it before. It was mad. And just people just swarming from everywhere just to listen to a radio commentary of a TV.
So they couldn't get in, could they? Those people out in the street listening to it.
You couldn't get in. And it was mental. But we did that every Saturday for the football, this, that, and the other. No one else had it. They just didn't know what we were doing. So we were doing it in secret. And through the office, we were doing it then because we didn't want anyone to know what we were doing. But they eventually worked it out and they started doing it, but it was too late. We'd grabbed them up by them.
Absolute genius, man. Absolute genius. Yeah, no, that's what I like about listening to entrepreneurs and people like yourself, that you just think outside the box, and that's what it's about. You keep focused on the goal and being successful, and you know these things sort of come to your thoughts. I love it. So what happened then? So you going after you cracked it there, you moved on to a different bar?
Yeah, we started opening quite a few Linekers. I think we had 12 at one point. Obviously, then this was we opened one in Marbella, and I moved to Marbella. I lived there for a few years, and that's where I met Tony Truman. And obviously, Tony and myself are obviously part of Ocean now as my son and my other partner, Maxie and Tony. Yeah, and Tony approached me to open a Lineker's in Ibiza, and but I always wanted one in Ibiza, and there wasn't anyone better to do it with than Tony, because he'd been on the island many years. He got a great reputation for building parties and stuff like that.
And he was the owner. Is it True Dukes?
Yeah, he had True Dukes, which was, you know, probably the biggest party event brand in the UK at that time. So I was in good company, you know, and so we decided to open Lineker's in Ibiza. We found the premises. That was an instant success. It was, you know, because there was no daytime venues back then. There was nothing. you know, so everyone used to meet in the bars and before they go to the clubs, but the bar's suffering a little bit now because of all the pool parties, which obviously we're guilty of, the biggest one there is. But so me and Tony met, and then we opened that business. Then we were in Marbella together, and we just were chatting, and we were sat in a pool actually, and I can remember it to this day. And he said to me, "Mate, we need to open a pool, a beach club in Ibiza." I said, "Yeah, we do, mate." He went, "I think I've got the right place for it." I said, "Okay." So anyway, we just chatted, say what we'd do, and this, that, and the other, and then I just got a phone call from him in Ibiza one day, because I moved to Ibiza then, because obviously because of Linekers and in Ibiza, and then he went, "I've got a place for us to view," and he called me, and I drove up there, and I stood on top of what the building is now and looked out. He went, "This is it." I went, "Wow, fucking love it." So yeah, he'd been after it actually for about 3 or 4 years. So I knew he was trying to get it, but he eventually said, "Look, I think I've got it. Let me show you it." So that was a big moment. And we looked at it, and then, you know, a couple of weeks later, we went back and I said, "It's not big enough. It's not," because at the time it was just it was a wedding venue, which was 2/3 of the size of what Ocean is now. But there was another business next door, which was a restaurant, and but it turned out it was owned by the same family. So we did the deal with the family for both venues, and then we knocked it all down, and we thought, "Fuck, this is too big. What are we going to do with all this?" Like, it was like a football pitch, you know. It was like, "Well, my God, we're in trouble. It's too big." But as you know now, it's not even big enough now.
No, you can't get enough people in there, can you? It's unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, if you think about Beach, the first place everyone thinks of is O Beach, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, it's been a phenomenal success. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, people just, you know, it's got all the ingredients to have a great time. You know, it's very sociable. People, you know, you can walk in Ocean, have a bed in there with you and your 6 mates, and you can walk out with another 200 new mates. You know. Yeah. That's how friendly it is in there. So.
What's your vision from now for the future from like Ocean? Because you talked about, you've got a vision about doing it in, is it Dubai?
Oh yeah, Dubai's on. Yeah, we've got the premises now. And,
how did that come about? Was that like a team of you creating new things?
It's something we've been after we've been looking for a business there for many years. And the last 4 or 5 years, we've been trying to find premises for Ocean. We've now found the right spot. So yeah, I mean,
it's
obviously,
going to be unreal.
It's going to be amazing. Yeah.
Is that opening next year, Wayne? Or?
Well, we're yet to announce a date because of the problems with what we're having now. Is going to cause delays. They're causing delays to everything. So, but there's no official announcement. That will come from Ocean when we're ready to announce when it will be.
And I know you work with your boys. Well, your sons, like your business partners with your boys.
Dwayne,
part of the business. Dwayne, isn't it?
Yeah. My eldest son Dwayne is my partner, and along with Tony and Maxine, and but Dwayne runs all the back end of the business. He's the brains. Him and Tony basically do all the work, and I take all the credit. But there you go. But we've got a good formula going. We've got a great team, and between us all, we've pretty much, we didn't invent the pool party. We perfected it.
Perfected. I like that one. Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah.
And
But going back to Dwayne, he's Myla's dad. He's my business partner. He's my son. He's my best friend. He's an amazing kid, and I'm so proud of him. And he's learnt the bar trade through me. He's followed me around. He actually ran the business for a few years while I was otherwise engaged somewhere.
In the Queen's Hotel, wasn't it?
In the Queen's Hotel, yeah. Which is another story. But, he was very young then, and it was a very fast learning curve for him. And I came out, and I came back, and it was just for tax offence. It was stupid. It was like there's no one ever been locked up for a tax offence that was but my brother was Wayne Lineker at the time, and I had a bit of a name reputation, and
made an example.
They took an example on me, and but I took it to the Court of Appeal and won, and they let me out. So
brilliant.
Yeah.
How long were you in there for, Wayne?
7.5 months.
You know.
Yeah. But I shouldn't have been any. Should have been nothing. It's the biggest joke in the world.
How does that feel when you come out and you come
It took that time to get to the Court of Appeal, and then as soon as we got there, it got thrown out of court, and then they let me out. It was crazy. But anyway, it's another story. But what I'm saying is Dwayne learnt his trade really well. And then his younger brother, Sean, he started coming into the business. He's doing really well. He now runs my business at Essex House in London. And right in Chingford. So I'm really proud of him too. Obviously, I've got my daughter Tia, who's in London, and right in Chingford. So I'm really proud of him too. Obviously, I've got my daughter Tia, who's she's a super success in her right now. You know, she's got her own little fan club out there. You know, the times people come up to me in Ocean, say, "Oh, I'll follow your daughter. She's amazing. She's this, she's that." So, you know, I'm super proud of my kids, and obviously Freddie's taking his GCSEs at the minute, so he'll be coming into the business soon, I'm sure.
Oh, quality.
And it's not a bad business to come into, is it?
Sorry?
You know, it's not a bad business to come into.
Oh, no, I can't. Especially at like 18 or something, 16, 18. He'd be the governor, wouldn't he, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
there no market stalls for him. He'd be straight in there with the king, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's not a bad looking kid either, so Freddie will do all right.
But I was going to say, also, you know, throughout your career, you know, have you ever gone through sort of any mental difficulties? I mean, because you must have been getting stitched up for that prison thing. I mean, have you ever hit any lows where you think, you know, it's knocked you out of the game a little bit, or have you always sort of?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that was a gradual thing. It took 4 years to get to court and stuff like that. It was just complete rubbish, you know. So that was a stressful time, and then I've done businesses that have gone terribly wrong. One in particular, which set me back a lot. I won't go into what it was, but But that set me back a lot of money. Cost me a few million quid, and then I was on borrowed money for quite a while, and you know, it took me a long time to get out of trouble. So I've been deep down in there, in bad places, man. But my mind has always been really strong. You know, it's been always been positive, and you know, whatever bad situation I get myself into, I always get myself out. You know,
have you got any sort of like rituals you do, be like in thought or action? Is there anything that if you look at your life when you've been successful, is there any sort of like rituals that you could recommend to anybody? Or
not really, just a glass of wine at lunch and a glass of wine at dinner.
To just de-stress, that's it.
No, I've not got any rituals, you know. I just believe in being nice to people, you know what I mean? That's my strongest thing. You know, you get all these young kids come into businesses now, and they get ahead of themselves, and they get all cocky, and they start to speak to people in the wrong way, and you know, you just got to be nice, be humble, you know.
And I think all that part of your growing up on the markets is really impacted with your skills with people, because you know everyone wants a picture of you, Wayne. I mean, you must be the most memed celebrity probably fucking worldwide. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a meme, you're on it. You know? And everyone wants a picture of Wayne Lineker. And I watched the documentary that you've done, and the geezer was filming. As he's filming, he's counting the numbers. Like, it was unbelievable. Within like 15 minutes out there, how many people had pictures with you? It was crazy, actually. I never realised it was that hectic, because it must have its strains as well. I mean, I know you love people, but
I enjoy it. I'm not going to lie. You know, I think I'd be, if it was taken away from me, that side of it, I probably wouldn't. I do enjoy it, but it does get a bit much when people are drunk, and you know. So I have to be careful what time I go out into the crowds now. You know, if it's like 7 or 8 at night when everyone's steaming, then
yeah, they should drive you mental.
If I'm steaming, which is normally the case, I'm all right. But if I'm sober, I can't go in there, man. It's fucking hell.
All speaking Bulgarian, Czech. I understand a word you're saying.
It's a mad thing, but you know, it's just become the craze now to get a picture of me, and it's weird, man. It's
awesome,
weird, but what can you do?
But and also, there's another side to you that people don't see. Right? Everyone just sees you as, you know, you're clubbing, you're partying, but as I say, I don't understand what you've been through to get where you've got. But also, you do a lot for charity, didn't you? Where was you a little while ago? I see you out in Africa somewhere. Was it Africa? I'm sure.
Yeah, Uganda. Yeah.
Yeah. What was going on there?
It's just a thing for Kai, my friend Kai, who runs Hotbed at Ocean. He's involved with the Abode project, which is building houses and schools for underprivileged families, obviously in Uganda. So yeah, I took on a project, whereas I take on a family. There's a family, a mother, the father, and the 3 children. They lost their mother; she died through illness. And yeah, they literally lived in a mud hut, man, like the size of my double bedroom, like 4 of them. So yeah, we went over there. We met the family, and we built them now a brick house, which they live in.
And you physically got involved, didn't you? I see you lifting, moving.
Yeah. I think, you know, it's all very well investing money into or injecting money into projects, charity projects, which is all nice, but you know, you can't beat going out and seeing it yourself, getting your hands dirty, and meeting the people. You know, it's nice.
No, it's quality, Wayne. That's really it's quality. And it was amazing to see that, you know. And you also I don't know if you're an ambassador, but I remember you do a lot for the homeless as well, don't you? Like you give more than what people even realise what you do behind the scenes.
I've been an ambassador for Dom's Food Mission, which is doing amazing work right now. Of, you know, taking deliveries of what it does. They take food surplus from Marks and Spencer's, Tesco's, Safeway, all the big stores. You know, he's got contracts with them all. His name's Don Warren. He runs it. He approached me, and I said I'd love to get involved. You know, and I go down there and I feed all these. Well, we give them food, the homeless people, and they come to the community centre and they take it. And yeah, it's a really nice thing. But at the moment, obviously, they're dropping food off to people's doorsteps, keeping social distance, and to elderly and the more vulnerable. And you know, it's an amazing project. That's Dom's Food Mission, and yeah.
So tell us a little bit about like a childhood growing up in there. What was that like? Right now?
Yeah, it was normal, I guess. You know, obviously I grew up just me and Gary. We were stuck to each other. We used to play football, cricket, tennis, you name it, together. Table tennis and non-stop. So all we ever did was play sport. But yeah, my mum and dad were amazing. They supported both of us, and yeah, it was a good childhood. Yeah.
Good stuff. So what we got coming next from me? Any surprise? Anything? You got any goals you're setting at the moment? I know you got the buyers. You have personal things. I mean, I know you keep fit and everything like that. You're very healthy and you're always in shape. How you finding it not being able to get in the gym?
I hate it. I've had a shoulder injury for like the last almost a year now. I had an operation a few months ago, so I've not been able to go to the gym anyway. I'm trying to do stuff at home and work around my injury, if you get me. But yeah, I love going to the gym. I love being healthy. I love, you know, I juice every day, 3 times a day. I
was going to touch on. I remember you said if you don't juice, you can feel the difference in your mental state. You actually can feel completely
100%. Yeah, you just so much alert. Especially I take ketones as well, which obviously they help me so much. You know, the first thing I do in the morning is take a packet of ketones and drink them, and then I feel like I've had one of them blue pills off Limitless. Yeah, but they light your brain up, you know. They really do, and So, but there's nothing major. Obviously, the big things that were happening with Ocean, and we've just opened in Bambuku in Ibiza, or we should be. But so yeah, obviously Dubai's happening. It looks like we're going to be in Bali as well. other places, you know. So yeah, Ocean Beach is O Beach is going to be expanding quite in a big way in the next few years.
Big. Can't wait to see it, man. I can't wait to see it. My pals are messaging. We can't wait to get out to Dubai. Everyone's looking forward to.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen the little videos and things been posting, teasing everyone, and it's creating the hype. So you know, it's just
yeah, I mean,
bigger,
I posted a video yesterday. I've never seen such response from the public as I got from that. You know, I mean, if you go on there and have a look, I think there's like 4,000 comments. It got shared. Yeah. 14,000. Went on 14,000 people's stories, man.
Seriously.
Yeah, it was mental, you know. But if you watch that video, if you go on my profile and watch that video, it's amazing. You know, when I got sent that video, you know, I literally cried. I had tears rolling down my face, and you know, it's a really emotional video, but it's very true and it's very real, and it also gives you some hope for the summer.
Sounds amazing. I'll get on that later myself.
Yeah, you need to watch it.
I don't think anyone in the
Everyone
UK
needs to watch
doesn't know someone or has met someone that hasn't been to Ocean. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
no, I know.
It's just the most famous club.
It's crazy.
I think in Europe.
It is, yeah.
I don't know if it is nothing more famous than Ocean.
You know, it is now the #1 destination for Brits in Ibiza, without a doubt. You know, before Pasha, before Ushuaia, before the lot, you know.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely crazy. You know, if someone said that to me when we were opening it, I'd be like, yeah, come on, you know. But I must say, when we got that place in San Antonio, people came up to me and told me, they went, nah, mate, you're mad. What are you doing? What are you doing opening this in San Antonio? It'll never work.
Do you know what?
And the same people come back to me now and go, I knew this would do well. I thought, fuck you, mate, you liar. Yeah. I remember you saying it was.
But yeah.
But yeah,
this is the thing. When I'm talking about my visualisation to people, and you know, the reticular activating system and things, that, you know, when you see that image yourself, it's really weird. It's like it doesn't matter what no one else says. It's like it just doesn't affect you. Where if you haven't got an image, you're trying to figure it out. You listen to other people and you start to see yourself through their eyes.
I knew 100% the Ocean was going to be a success. I obviously didn't expect this, the kind of a success it's had. You know, it's just phenomenal. But there's no way in a million years that place, where the piece of land is and the people behind it creating events on a daily basis are not going to make a success of that business. I knew it was. So we never had that doubt. So we went all guns blazing. We actually went way over budget. You know, so that was a hard time when we were opening as well. You know, we were weeks from closure. You know.
I mean, the amount of work you put in even that each year, you have teams come in, rip it apart, you move it about a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, financially we're strong now, you know, so it's not a problem. But at the very first time when we all invested quite heavily into Ocean, and you know, it was just being massively over budget, and we were like, God, you know, we've been a bit trouble. Then it opened late. So there was a lot of pressure on us, you know, but we fortunately got off to a flying start, and we did really well the first year. So we got ourselves on solid ground, and then we just flew ever since. It's just gone up, you know. Social media's the biggest thing to do with that, you know. You know, we got 1,500 people every day posting pictures on their Instagram. Every single person that comes in there posts a picture in there, unless they shouldn't be in there. You know, because people want that picture now of Ocean and being in Ocean, and, you know, so you can't buy advertising like that. You know, it's all over. It's all over.
That's
social media in summer. It's definitely the most Instagram club in the world, without a doubt.
100%.
Of Ocean and being in Ocean, and, you know, so you can't buy advertising like that. You know, it's all over. It's all over. Social media in summer. It's definitely the most Instagram club in the world, without a doubt.
100%.
Without a doubt.
What advice would you give out anyone watching? So, as you say, you like me, let's go at 14. You know, what advice would you give anyone out there who wants to start a business, like your entrepreneur side? You know, we all know you're a fantastic businessman. what advice would you say is behind your success? If you could sort of have a few little pointers, maybe.
Well, the unfortunate thing really is you only learn by your mistakes, and the more money they cost you, the quicker you learn.
I love what you just said there. I love that.
Yeah,
and
I've literally made every single mistake there is to be made. You know,
I see a post by a lot of, not like millionaires and billionaires. A lot of people don't get it. They say, "I failed my way to success," and the average person goes, "How can he fucking fail his way to success?" And the story that you hear again and again and again is that the difference is that when I've studied entrepreneurs, is that they don't see failure as a failure; like they see it as information. So they'll sit back and look at what went wrong, work out the information, and go again.
Yeah,
that's the difference between failure and.
Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely the one. You learn by your mistakes. I mean, let's not try and make them, but if you're gonna make mistakes, you got to learn from them. That's the secret. But you will learn from them, especially if it costs you $1, because you don't want to do it again. But yeah, it's a big one, that. And but you know, just obviously the thing, don't trust anyone, but don't be mean to them if you don't trust them. You know, at least keep them at arm's length. Be nice to them. Be polite to them. Keep everyone on your side. You know, don't try and do things behind people's backs, because it will never pay off. You know, and if it does, then you shouldn't be proud of yourself anyway. So just try and be open and honest, and just be respectful. You know, to be respectful for the people around you, whether it be solicitors, you know, people that are helping you find estate agents, this, that. Just be nice to everyone, you know, and you'll find that you'll get further quicker. Just be nice.
It's amazing. No, thanks. They're great words. Thank you. And that is inspiring. I mean, also, Conor McGregor. I mean, did you know he was coming? I remember watching it one day and thinking, looking twice, like, and he's bowling through. It was just after the Mayweather fight. I think he's still had China.
He still had
a few days after. It was, he still had the China. It was unbelievable. I mean, did you know he was coming, or was you like taken back and all?
I think Tony got a call in the morning by his management, or might have been somebody contacted me, and then I put him in contact with Tony, and then someone called Tony on the morning, and because it was massive news then. You know, we've never seen anything like it, Ocean. Like, literally everyone was just up on the feet, cheering, and you know, it was mad when he came in. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I mean, but you know, publicity, it wasn't a stunt by us. We didn't have to pay him. You know, he just came. Obviously, we didn't charge him for his drinks. You know, we didn't charge him for his table, etc. You know, but you know. People will pay, you know, 20, 30 grand to get him in your club, and you know, he just wanted to be at Ocean.
That says it all, doesn't it? It says it all. I mean, who's the man behind all the design of these like dancers and the, like, you know, the props? I mean, the football bit. I mean, you have so many different things going on that people are never bored. Who's sort of designs all that, or do you have a team come in?
No, we have Gemma Charters, who is brand and marketing manager. She's amazing. She's pretty ruthless to me sometimes, but she basically runs the whole show, that side of it, along with Tony. Tony and Gemma sort all the events out, do all the contracts with the, you know, people like History, etc. But Gemma does all the production side of it, all the control of it anyway. We've got a strong production team. You know, we've got the crane, we've got you know, various people, somebody looking after the dancers, and you know, it's a big operation where we've got 300 staff, you know.
300 staff?
Just in Ocean, yeah.
Seriously? How many Lineker bars you got now?
Well, there's only, I think there's four or five now, 4 or 5. Yeah, I did have about 8 at once, but certain resorts have died along the way, and yeah, I mean, obviously, and like I say before, there's a lot of beach club venues now, not only just Ocean. You know, there's a lot that never used to exist. So the bars don't do as well as they used to. I mean, Lineker's are very good, and Marbella still do very well in Tenerife. But they don't do like they used to years ago. You know, it used to be ridiculous. But yeah, they still do well. But it's not.
So I'm gonna ask you for a bit of advice as a friend, mate. Yeah? My business in Spain. Obviously, I've been stuck. I feel like I've been hit.
Sorry, guys. I know you're asking me questions, but I can't speak to Robert and ask him at the same time. I can't multitask.
Sorry. Yeah, it's not being rude, guys. Yeah.
I know you're all asking me when Ocean's going to open, but I'll just quickly. I will hit on that. The answer is we don't know. That's the answer. We want it to be open as quick as you all do, or even quicker, believe me. But it is what it is. We're making fortnightly decisions. May's gone now. Obviously, we're cancelling May. I think June will probably happen as well, but we don't know yet. There's no official announcements coming from us at the moment. So we're just hopeful. That things get resolved very quick and we can have some form of summer. But one thing we are hoping to do, and other clubs I think are hoping to do, there has been meetings about extending the summer so we get October as well. So the people that come in May that don't make it maybe switch to October, stuff like that. The weather's still nice in Ibiza, so we're going to try and nick a month back there. But that, again, that's not an official announcement. That's just something we're speaking about.
So what I was going to ask you is, my friend, is my business has been put on hold. I've got the holistic retreat in Spain, and it's obviously hit me hard. What would you recommend mentally how should I prepare for this? I mean, what would you say? What would be your advice if it was you starting a business off, and you just started to get your own place, and all of a sudden 6 months is wasted? And
sorry, could you start the question again? Sorry, mate. I only heard the end of it.
Only a holistic retreat in Spain, yeah. And at the moment, I've been hit hard, and I'm still on the build with this side of my business. I mean, what would be your process to thought of how to keep going, how to get through this? And when I get back out, I've got to look at 6 months gone. Yeah, I've wasted that.
Yeah, I mean that's the way you've got to look at it. You're going to that business over probably 10, 20, 30, 40 years. This will be a very small fraction of that time frame. So you've just got to do whatever if you believe in what you're doing and the business that you're doing, and you think it will be a success. This is another learning curve. You can't. You're not learning about a fucking a disease or anything. You're learning how to cope with certain situations when things are not going so well. So you will learn from this, and
I can learn from it already, mate. It teaches you that anything can happen. You've got to have your guard up.
It's out of your hands, but you have to deal with it. Just remember that it'll be a small fraction of the time. We're going to lose months out of this year. Which we're all panicking about. We're all like, oh my God, this is, it's the worst thing ever, and everyone's upset. And, I'm talking about partners, I'm talking about the staff, the business, the management,
they're all suffering.
The clients, everyone's upset, but it is a small fraction of the time in comparison, and we just got to ride it. It is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. But if you've got something to hold on to, just keep going. Even if you've got borrow 10 grand off your mate Danny, whatever. Just borrow it,
Do that, Dan. Do that. Robbo. Yeah, over. He's been on here a little while ago. He has. He's been digging out the Dapper, the wanker.
I'll Dapper already. He's got a few quid. But yeah, I mean, you just got to do what you got to do. But if you believe in what you're doing, just go for it, man. Just don't give up because of fucking COVID.
Yeah, no, I've got that mindset. After studying
as hard as it gets.
I've got that mindset. Even if I lost everything, I'm not going to give up on the drill. I know it's good. It helps people. It helps people's mind, helps their body, and it doesn't matter. I was just interested to see. I knew what you was roughly going to say, but I was just interested to see.
Yeah, you just gotta hold in, man. Just gotta hold in.
But Wayne, is there anything that you could recommend people to do at home at the moment? Because I know you're very good at that sort of I don't know. Keeping yourself busy mentally, what would you recommend? People get depressed at home at the minute because they can't see a future. If you can't see a future, you're going to get depressed because your thoughts can live in the moment. which is make a cup of tea and what's going on today, or they're going to go back to the past.
Yeah, you just
What do people do? Routine or?
You just got to be productive as you can, whatever that is. You know, even if it's just learning a new language or something. You know, there's so many amazing courses. You know, I'm on advanced Spanish at the minute. I'm doing that. You know, I'm to perfect. I speak good Spanish, but I want to speak perfect Spanish. So so I've got my earphones on 4 hours, 6 hours a day, learning more Spanish.
That's amazing. I spoke to
But there's a website called prospanish.co.uk. Go and download. Someone should download the first series of that.
What's it called again?
It's www.prospanish.co.uk. It's an amazing course. It's an amazing course. I think it costs 20 quid, and you will literally be able to, if you put your mind to it, you'll be able to speak Spanish within 3 months, a reasonable Spanish, you know, or French or German or whatever language. But this particular one's Spanish. But you know, that's what I told my daughter to do. That Tia and Harry. I said, look, just learn yourself a language while you're bored. You know.
It's funny because I've had some good guys on this week, like in the elite mindset. So, you know, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a world champion boxer, if you're a premiership footballer, like I had Jimmy Bullard on, and he's got the same mindset. He's always got to be moving forward, you know.
He's live, isn't he?
He's fucking well, like I love him. Fuck,
he's so funny.
He went to me and I went, I thought he said, no, you don't have to be joking or not. I went, what do you do to move forward, Jim? And he went, you know what, Rob? Fucking landscaping. And I was thought, he fucking winding me up. Like, he was serious. I love it. He went, he has to find something to keep moving forward to. And he's been out doing the garden and, you know, and all that. And he's loving it. You know what I mean? So it shows you the mindset behind the elite. It's always that keep moving forward, you know, and obviously you're in that category.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, people are in different situations, aren't they? I mean, I live in a lovely apartment. It's very easy for me. But, you know, there's people out there and that you know, that like got to share 5, 6 people in a 2-bedroom and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know? And big families, and you know, it's very easy for me. I got my fucking Netflix. I got, you know, I got my Instagram. I got, you know, some people it's very difficult, you know, and I don't know how I'd cope if I was in that situation.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not easy. It's a difference. It's different for everyone, I guess.
Do you know what I learned? What I found amazing is I listen to a lot of I studied a lot of like, entrepreneurs and successful people, the elite mindset. And Conor McGregor said what made him successful is that he could visualize in times of struggle. He said that's the skill. He said anyone can visualize a Mercedes-Benz when you've got £1 million. It's fucking easy. Pick your colour. He said, but when you've got nothing and you're in them dark places, and you can still visualize goodness, and that's what makes someone successful. Whenever you get knocked down, you can always see something in the future.
I mean, I've done things in the past which are not really recommended, but this is what I used to do. I used to spend money that I hadn't earned yet, you know. That used to drive my son mad. Dad, what you can't afford that. I went, yeah, but I'm gonna earn this amount this summer. And he went, you've not earned it yet. I said, yeah, but I'm gonna earn it. So leave me alone. So,
you already there.
I wouldn't recommend that to anyone, but that's what I used to do, and that used to drive me, you know.
Yeah, but that proves that your vision is so clear, your belief is such in your heart that you're going to be successful that you're making decisions if you already have it.
I've got a super strong belief, man. You know, like, you know, 100%. Yeah. You know, I'd never go into anything that I don't believe 100% in. I just couldn't, you know. I want to be able to put my time and energy and my thoughts into that business, and I don't want to be like, oh, nothing's going to work. You know, you've got to be 100% behind it and 100% convinced it's going to work, or have a great team around you. You know, fortunately, I've got a good team around me. You know, which just took a lot of years as well. You know, I've got my PA Dave Hodges. He's like. He literally just runs everything for me, and you know he's amazing. But yeah, you've got to have a good team around you as well.
So if you've got any funny stories you can tell us before we go, to end it like from Ocean. I know you're gonna, because I know you're like. What can we pull one of your Ocean stories out, or something that's happened to Ocean that you weren't expecting, or something? I don't know. Is there anything you can think of? And I'll put you on the spot a bit here, but
no, you put me on the spot there, man. There's too many, but I don't.
not for camera.
Not for camera, yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's loads of stories at Ocean, but I'm trying to pull them out of my head at the minute.
No worries. I've been dug out of Dapper Laugh. The Murphy, I've been getting slaughtered on here.
I'll tell you one. Go on, I'll tell you one.
Go on, let's hear it.
So last year in June, I took my Bentley over to Ibiza, and I got. So I used to drive it. I used to park it in the same spot across the road in Placebo, which we own. We've got a gated thing there. I used to park it in there. I went out to Kistry on the Tuesday. No, I went to Sin Sundays on the Sunday. Got absolutely steaming, wasted beyond belief. So they took my keys off me. When I get drunk, they take the keys. My management takes my keys. They put them in the office and they don't let me have them.
Yeah.
So I've gone home, woke up in the morning, and I felt so ill, I didn't go into Ocean that day. And I thought, which was the only day last summer I didn't go to Ocean. So I was, I don't think I went to sleep. I think I went to high, I went everywhere. I think I got in about, 7, 8 o'clock. And then, so I slept all day Monday. And then Tuesday morning, it was Kistry. So obviously I was up and fresh, and I went to Ocean at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock like I normally do, had some lunch. But I was expecting to get my keys out of the cupboard, because when I go into Ocean, I put my keys in the cupboard and that's it. But they took the keys out and thought they did, and put in the office. So I'm like, fucking hell, can't find my keys. I'm in the office.
No idea, no memory, completely whacked.
No, I got no memory. I said, but I knew they'd be there. I said, look, they must be in the office. So they all walkie-talkies, all the managers are calling, have anyone got Wayne's keys? No. So I'm panicking now, thinking someone might have took the car. So I've gone across the road to see if the car's there. It's gone. So we think someone's come in, took the keys out of the cupboard.
Chored the car,
gone. So we phoned the police. The police are on the way to Ocean to interview me. We've got the security set up a WhatsApp group with the security to find the car. I've phoned Bentley up to find out on the sat navigation on the satellite system where the car is. The borders were alerted not to let the car out of the country. And then this is like 3 hours later. The police are on the way to Ocean. I've gone. So I've got a waiter, and he came up to me and he said, the manager, he says, Wayne, because previously, a few weeks ago, I did a similar thing. I forgot, I took the car into the car wash, and I forgot. Yeah. So I went to get the keys, they were gone, but they were obviously at the car wash. So he's come up to me, he's gone, bear in mind all the things that are going on. The security are looking for it, the border control, the police are on the way, this, that, and he's gone, Wayne, your car's not in the car wash, is it? I went, oh my God. I ran round Ocean, jumping up and down, because I thought, oh, this is it, the fucking car wash.
Flashback.
I've walked over to the car wash, he's gone, where have you been? Your car's been here 2 days. I went, I know, fucking hell, sorry.
Oh, mate, that's a fucking blinding story.
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
Mate, I'm getting short on it. Everyone's getting a fat dapper laugh for digging me out as well, yeah. Brilliant. I've had about 40 people put dapper laugh. And it's crazy, because tomorrow I've got dapper on. That man's that.
Have you?
It's the first time anyone's ever done like dapper. I've had about 40 people going, fat dapper, mate, looks like dapper. And I'm with that tomorrow. It's mental, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so.
Mate, listen, Wayne, them stories are unbelievable. And thank you so much for coming on, mate. I really appreciate it. I mean, unbelievable stories, you know, unbelievable. So legend, putting legend. You've had legend on here about 40 times. Honestly, it's unbelievable.
Angus,
But thank you so much, mate. Honestly, I really appreciate it, Wayne, and I look forward to having a interview or something soon down the Fat Turk or something, okay?
Lovely, mate. Yeah.
Mate, honestly, God bless. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all enjoyed it. He's a legend. So thank you very much, Wayne. I'll speak to you soon, my friend.
See you later.
Bye, mate.
Bye. See ya.
Yeah, I can't know what happened now. But yeah, thank you all for joining us tonight. You know, yeah, Wayne's an absolutely lovely man, pure gentleman. I think a lot of the fella, and a proper visionary. So the thing is about the unconscious mind is that everything gets made twice. You know, as I said to you earlier on, that everything he was creating inside his mind got created outside here. I had Jimmy Bullard on this week. We've got Dapper last tomorrow, and I'll already tell you what Dapper's going to say. He sees all the things in his head before he creates them. You know, anyone successful in anything you do at home on your, you know, you think about when you move into a new apartment or something, yeah? You move in and, you know, you and your husband, you know, if it's a lady there, you and your husband walk into a place and you look around and, you know, you buy an house, there's nothing in the gaff. And you look in and she's going, we put a settee over there, and you go, no, the door's there, put a telly up there, a settee there, and you know, put that wallpaper, should we paint it grey like so-and-so's house? Anyway, cut it short. You move in the house, 6 months later, you put the grey thing there, the TV there, you know, everything's getting made all the time, do you know what I mean? Yeah, Dapper laughs here tomorrow, guys. Yeah, I've never been called Dapper before, and I've had about 40 people tonight. The Fat Dapper and all that, blinder, really funny. But yeah, so anyway, guys, everything gets made twice. Everything gets created as a thought. First inside the mind, then it gets created outside here. If you've done anything about visualization, then get yourself